Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and we are gonna start with 8.1.6 paths for exploration, and today we are going to be doing Power Technician, Dress Code, Special Burst Lockdown and Blood in the Water path. Now here you will need your tech champions that have armor up, so your infamous Iron Man, Omega Sentinel, Guardian, all of those champions. Warlock is a really good one here. So all of those tech champions, they will get extra damage because the power technician, whenever they will parry the opponent, they will power drain and get a fury on them for 35% extra damage, and they can be stacked for 10 times. You can use other champions as well. That is going to be your Colossus, Angela, and Odin, but I would not really recommend them. And also very important, you have to remove your Petrify Mastery totally so your Power Technician node can work. And also for Scytalis Boss, there is an extra node on it that is be Armor Overwhelming. I've given you some counters. Basically, you will need champions that have more armor ups. The more armor ups are there, the more damage you can do on the specials. Now, having said that, let's jump into the part, guys. And make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications and let me in the comment section. I love to hear from you guys. Now, when you start the fight, the defender is going to be unblockable unless you have an armor up on you already. So if someone out there is asking for Ultron, Ultron will not be a good option for the path. He'll be an amazing option for the boss, but not for the path because he does not start with an armor up. You have to parry, and you cannot parry because the defender will be unblockable. Now you will notice every time I parry, the defender is power drain and there's an increase in my furies right there. I've got 8 and I'm just going to go parry and heavy. The bleeds and the high criticals will kill him kill Cyclops very quickly. Now this arguably is also an easy path. If you don't want to do the mutant one, you can come here and do the tech one as well. So yeah, this is also a good option to do. Now remember, for this path is very important that you remove your Petrify Mastery. Now what happens that Petrify Mastery reduces ability accuracy by 30% during stuns. Now if you parry the opponent, sometimes the power gain or the power technician node will not work because 30% ability accuracy is reduced. So just keep that in mind, make sure you remove the Petrify and you should be good. Now this is an example where I will show you what happens if you use a champion that has armor ups as not a tech champion. Now while Colossus can do this very nicely, also I wasn't running Omega Red Synergy with him right now. I'm sure if you run an Omega Red Synergy, it will be a faster one. But you need to have champions for other fights as well. That's why I did not bring in Omega Red. So Colossus was a bit slow here. So this is an example. If it's a non-tech champion, the damage is very slow and it's not enough. So I don't think it's worth it to bring a champion like that. But the boss is going to be uh, with a node that requires you to have more armor up. So the reason I bought Colossus here is I was going to swap Omega Red on the portal so I can get the synergy and kill the boss quicker. So you can plan like that as well. You can bring Colossus and not use him at all, so it's entirely your choice. I just saw a skill champion, so I thought, you know what, I'll just go with Colossus and kill her off. You could go with 3 techs and Colossus plus Omega Red as well, so entirely your choice. So yeah, Colossus works as well on this path. He's just a tad bit slower unless you bring Omega Red Synergy. Now, next defender is going to be a Namor. Not really difficult. I brought in a Hulkbuster. I've just recently ranked to him, and I'm just loving this dude. So all you need to do is to parry, keep him below 1 bar of power. Now remember, whenever you will use a special, because a special burst lockdown, you will be armor broken, and you will also be heal blocked. So to avoid that, make sure that you just keep them below 1 bar of power and you should be good. Now take care of Imperious Rex from Namor because he will gain a lot of power because of Imperious Rex. So you will have to just parry and work it out. Otherwise, if he uses a special, then for a little while you'll have to stay back to get your armor up again and stop Namor from going unblockable. Now the best way to deal with this is to bring in champions that have multiple armor ups. So for example, you can use a Red Skull here, you can use a Colossus here, you can use Hulkbuster here, you can use Angela here. So any champion that has a lot more armor ups, you can use that if you want to avoid Namor to throw a special attack. If not, you can just parry, you can just re-parry and you can power drain him. So either way works. Next up is going to be a Red Guardian. Now he's not really a difficult defender to deal with. Just simply use an armor up champion and slowly build up your Furies at 10. Once you have 10 Furies, your damage will be increased by 350% and be a much faster path. His SP1s and SP2 both are easily evadable, so there's nothing really difficult on this fight. Just avoid hitting him in the shield much because he has a chance to auto parry once the shield charges run out. So yeah, just be wary about that. Apart from that, pretty straightforward and easy defender to deal with. Next defender you have is going to be a Nightcrawler. Now the difficult part here will be to switch him. Once you switch him, then it will be an easy takedown. Just wait for him to swipe back, and once he does, he goes into a block. Try to hit him in his block as slow as possible so you can change his stance. Once his stance has changed, then the same parry and heavy you can do, or you can do parry and 4-hit combos. I'm using a Guillotine 2099, so I'm taking the liberty of using heavy or 4-hit combos because my SP1 also power drains. So yeah, I already have 7 of those Furies. I'm just waiting for to get them to 10 and then have enough damage to kill off the opponent. Now again guys, make sure that your Petrify Mastery is turned off for the time being for this path to make the path easier and you don't have to parry again and again. And once the Furies are stacked up, this is going to be a super simple and easy fight. The only hard part here is to switch Nightcrawler. And the final fight before the boss is going to be a Misty Knight. Now she can be very annoying if you let her charges build up equally. She can go unblockable, but I've just brought in a Warlock so I can parry, keep her down from a 1 bar of power, and just heavy my way into the fight. With every parry, I will get Fury, increasing my damage by 35% because of Power Technician node, and then the heavies will do the bleeds and those crazy criticals, and the power drain will keep her specials in check so you cannot throw them. So pretty easy and straightforward. You can do the same with any tech champion with armor ups and you should be able to get this fight done. Now for this part, Black Widow Scytalis has a node that is called Armor Overwhelming. So the more armor you have as an attacker, the more damage we do on the specials. So phase number one, we will need her to throw an SP1. When she does throw an SP1, at the end of it, she will place a trap or a snare. Just right there with the animation. The game is bug night now, they will fix, but keep an eye on where she ended the attack. That is where the trap is going to be. You can use basic attacks to push her into that, or uh, you can also use heavy attacks and special attacks. So right there, she got snared, and I've got one prowess as well. I want to build all of these prowesses because they will help me in phase three. In phase four, where I will need all of them in the last 5%. Now again, gave her an SP1, now she's stuck in the trap again, and now I can hit her and do all the damage. I would suggest like the more easier and the best way is to use parry and heavy to trap her. Sometimes the basic attacks do not trap her properly and she's not stunned and she can still move. So right now, let her throw a heavy attack, 1.5 seconds on the arm, and SP1, and then because we went into the second threshold that is 80 to 40%, so that's why the trap got removed. Now here again the traps will be placed off SP2 now, so you have to push her to an SP2. You can do either medium, light, light, medium, and she can throw the beams, you can evade those, or you can use 4 hit combos here, and that will and hold block. Once she comes, you can reparry and hit her and get her to an SP2. Now again the trap is set. I'm playing slow, trapped, and then with the heavy attack she went right into it. Now again she's with a heavy SP2. Look at that damage. That is all because we have a lot of armor. So again, armor up champs will work really well. So your Colossus, your Civil Warrior, your Angela, your Red Skull, your Ultron would be really cool here. Also Hulkbuster. All of these champions that have more armors will do a lot on this fight. Now, phase two again. She's placed a trap there. Now we're gonna stay back from it. Slowly, you're gonna use parry and heavy. The uh, snare is trapped, and then we got her in another SP2, and we should be going into the next phase now. Now in phase 3, it's 40% to 6% HP. Traps will be placed by SP1 and the traps will arm themselves after 5.5 seconds. You can trigger the traps with either heavy or special attacks. I like to do mostly heavy attacks, so I'm gonna wait for my opportunity. Waiting for the trap to arm because it's taking 5.5 seconds. Now I can use a special attack and there she is trapped. So special attack or heavy attacks both work. Now I can lay in the damage to her, and yeah, and one more thing you need to take care about, that because of corrupted armor the damage reduction will be 85%, and the only way the corrupted armor is removed is when she is trapped. So just be wary about that, and as usual if you use two mediums in a combo attack, the second one will be evaded. And the final phase starts when you hit 5% health. Now here you will need all of your prowesses that you have built throughout the fight, because every time you will incinerate her with she will throw an SP2 and place a trap, and you will need 7.5 seconds before the trap will be active. So you have to dance around, and once the trap is active, you have to trap her by using a special attack. And with every special attack hit, like for example I used a heavy to trap her, now I need to throw special attack so I can consume one of my prowess to reduce the potency of the corrupted armor by 10% each. So when you do start this phase, the corrupted armor reduces 100% of the damage, and because you will gain prowesses throughout the fight, you need to throw a heavy during the trap phase and trap Black Widow Clairvoyant, Black Widow Scytalis, and use your special to remove the potency of the armor. So I hope this helps, guys, and you're able to take down with this part. If anything, leave the questions in the comment section down below. I would love to help them out. And apart from that, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.